You've heard it before. I want you to hear it again. People do not like change. People do not like change. How many of you have heard that before? Go ahead and write that down. People do not like change. And once you write it down, I want you to put a big X through it because it is absolutely not true. I don't know where we got that from, but that is absolutely not true that people do not like change. I am Dr. Derek Noble, and this is Lead Through Communication, a video series where I become your coach, I become your partner, and I help you to become a better leader by helping you to become a better communicator, because leadership and communication go hand in hand. And I alluded to this in our last episode. I alluded to this idea of change. We're going to talk today about change. The title of this episode is 3 Questions to Help You Navigate Change Effectively. We've all heard it, but it is not true that people do not like change. That is absolutely not true. What people do not like, and feel free to write this down, what people do not like is unexplained or poorly explained change. It's not that people don't like change. People are used to change. I mean, we look in the mirror every day and we see change all the time. It's not that people don't like change. It's not that people aren't really expecting change. But what happens is when change is poorly explained or change is poorly rolled out, then it does not go over well. I want you to think about any change that you have experienced in your life. It could be a change on the job. It could be a change in your family structure. I don't care. Think about any change that you experienced that did not go over so well. You have one in mind? Think about any change you experienced that just didn't go over well. Maybe the employees didn't like it. Maybe your family members didn't like it. Maybe you didn't like it. You have that change in mind? I can just about guarantee you that one of the reasons why that change did not go over well is that it was poorly explained. And I can also just about guarantee you that there are 3 questions that need to be asked and answered in order to prepare people for change. And chances are that change you experienced that did not go over well did not answer those 3 questions for you. So I want to just walk you through these 3 questions briefly. I have given these to leaders literally all over the world as they try to help navigate change in their organization. Maybe you're trying to help your organization become better at customer service. Maybe you're trying to help your organization to grow. Maybe you're trying to help your organization in any kind of way. As a leader, you need to be able to navigate through change. And as a communicator, you've got to be able to communicate that change effectively. So let's go through these 3 questions, okay? The very first point I made for you is that it's not that people don't like change. People don't like unexplained change. So let's go to the second point. And the second point is the first question. First question, second point. Everybody ready? Here is change question number 1. Why is this change necessary? Why is this change necessary? Ladies and gentlemen, this is the first and foremost, most important, everybody out there. This is the most important question to ask and answer when it comes to change. Listen closely. If you do not have an answer for your people about why we are making this change, whatever the change is, if you do not have an answer to them about why this change is necessary, you are not ready to implement the change. Change is premature if you cannot answer their whys. It is not that people do not like change. People don't like unexplained change, and I'm going to prove that to you. I come and I knock on your door, and I say, hello, I need you to move out of your house right now. Okay, don't look at me. Stop staring at me. I need you to move. Get out right now. You are probably going to resist me. You're probably going to say, well, who are you and why do I need to leave my house? It's not that you're being a jerk. It's not that you are being contrary, as my mom and dad would say. Stop being contrary. It's not that you're being contrary. The fault is mine. I failed to explain to you why I need you to make this change. I didn't tell you why you need to move out of your house. So you're going to resist me. Let's do it again, and I'm going to do it the right way. Watch this. I knock on your door, and I say, hello, your home was built on a nuclear reactor about 10 years ago. It's going to explode in 10 minutes. I need you out right now. Now what are you going to do? Not only are you going to gladly leave the house, but you're probably going to kiss my ring and thank me for giving you the information. Oh, thanks for letting me know. I don't want to blow up. You see the difference? See, it wasn't that the person didn't want to change. It wasn't that the person was resistant change. I failed. It wasn't that the person was resistant to change. I failed to give them the why. So the first question you must ask and answer if you're going to be a leader who successfully helps an organization change is, folks, here is why we need to make this change. Here's the second question you need to ask. Third point, second question. Here's the second question you need to ask. Write this one down. What will this change require that I or we do differently? What will this change require, if anything, that we do differently? I'll give you an example. There's an organization that I was working with that made a major change in their computer system, in their tallying system, in their accounting software. And part of this change meant that they would have to do more paperwork. This new system was more accurate, but they had to do more paperwork. How do you think that went over with the people? It didn't go over well. You know why? Because no one had told them that part of what's going to happen with this change is that you're going to have to do more paperwork. If people had known in advance, okay, we're going to change, but part of this change requires that we do a little bit more paperwork. I'm not saying everybody will love the change, but it will not be a mutiny. There won't be a mutiny on your hands because you've prepared the people for it. Part of what you've got to do as a leader is help people to understand, once we make this change, here is what you will need to do differently. Here's what I will need to do differently. You've got to prepare people for it. The more prepared they are, the less resistant they will be. Third and final question. Third question, fourth point. Point number 4, change question number 3. Everybody ready? What will happen to us? What will happen to me if we fail to make this change? If we fail to make this change, what's going to happen to our organization? This is the question where you get buy-in from people who are fighting change. If you have people in your organization who are fighting change, this is the question you need to answer for them. Okay, I get it. I understand you don't like the change, but if we fail to make this change, here's what's going to happen. And this is where you paint the bleakest picture you can possibly paint. And I want you to do that honestly. Think about what could possibly go wrong if we fail to make this change. If we fail to make this change, here's what's going to go wrong. That is what's going to help those people who are resistant to change to be a bit more on board. When you let them know, okay, we can keep things the way they are, but if we keep things the way they are, here's what's going to happen. And I'm sure you don't want this. Those are 3 questions you must ask and answer for your people. And I repeat, if you do not have answers for your people concerning this change that you're trying to implement, the change is premature. You're not ready to change until you can answer these questions for your people. Thank you for watching. Feel free to like and subscribe. Please don't forget to like and subscribe on this channel. Follow me on social media. You'll find me all over the place. Dr. Derek Noble. I'm on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. And together we will partner to take your leadership and your communication to the next level of excellence.